You ever think about the trees? You ever think about the birds? The air, the sky. And what is all this really? It's really just energy. It's really a substance without limit. It's an energy that has no limit, that makes up our world, that makes up everything we know. It makes up you, it makes up me, it makes up everything. From a logical standpoint, when we think about it in our heads, we get caught up. You're making music, you're making beats, you're making songs, whatever it is you create. And maybe you want to do it for a living, you want to find a way to make money from it and be successful with that. But the problem is what exactly? It's too saturated of an industry. There's too many other people doing the same thing, and then there's no demand for it. Too much competition. What I want to point out is that is just a limiting belief. Like, that's actually all that is. We can say it's saturated. We can say there's a ton of people making beats or a ton of people making songs, a ton of people trying to be EDM artists. And that may be true. But go to a beach and, hear me out, go to a beach and look at the sand. How much sand is there? There's just infinite sand, right? Look at the trees, look at the buildings, look at everything. There's infinite of everything. And so I don't actually believe scarcity exists. We come from an infinite reality, right? There's no limit to this stuff. So you can make money from music, you know what I'm saying? And there's something inside you that's more powerful than those limiting beliefs that say that you can't, that say that it's too saturated, that say that you're not good enough. No. There's something better. There's something more strong, and there's something more real than that, because you are good enough, okay? You are good enough, and you are deserving, and you can do it. You can do it. Infinite air, infinite energy, infinite sky, planets, stars, millions of galaxies in the universe, and you don't think you can make money from music? It's just a lie. Like, it's actually just not true. You can do this. Like, seriously, I'm not even trying to encourage you. I'm trying to actually say what is true for you. As someone who is making music, look, life has caused you to ask for certain things, right? You love making music. It's your passion. You want to get good at it. You want to make money from it, and you want to share. You want to have an impact on the world with your music. There, in my opinion, there's simply too much goodness. There's simply too much intelligence. There's simply too much structure to reality. I mean, think about our bodies. How many complex things are happening without us worrying about them. And it just works, Think about how intelligent this universe is set up. Does it really make sense that you'd be so passionate about music, but then not be able to get what you really want when it comes to music? No. And so I think the most important part is actually knowing what it is that you truly want. And then focusing on that. Because what happens is, you see, people get what they don't want, and then they focus on that, and then they use getting what they do not want as an excuse to think about what they don't want. But what people fail to realize is that it's actually the thinking about what you don't want. It's actually the focus on what you don't want that makes what you don't want. And so it's really hard to see this when you're in it, because the thing about beliefs is that they feed into themselves, right? If you believe, let's say you're a man and you're a straight man and you're trying to get a girlfriend, you want to get a girlfriend for whatever reason, and let's say you believe women are heartless and you believe that they're gonna betray you no matter what. You believe they're gonna play you. You believe that they can't love men. Well, what's gonna happen is that you're gonna go start dating women, and That's your belief. And so that's actually what you're going to see. And then that's going to form your behavior. It's going to form your thoughts. And then you're actually going to get betrayed. But you didn't get betrayed because women are evil. Sure, there's maybe some less than ideal women out there, but you didn't get betrayed or broken up with or cheated on or whatever because of the way women are. It was actually because of your mind. It was actually because of your beliefs. And so I have a radical idea for you, and it's that if you're not making money from music, if you're not where you want to be with music, if you're not doing what you want for a career with your music, it's not because the industry is saturated or there's too many people making music or there's just no demand to go around. It's because you're not thinking big enough. But actually, to push it even further, it's because you actually have faulty beliefs about life itself. You don't actually understand the abundance that is all around you right now. And I know we all are born in different circumstances. Some people are born into like third world countries, right? And there might not be access to resources. But even those struggles do not change the fact of abundance. They do not change the fact that energy is infinite and money is just energy. And so it doesn't, I don't see how it can't be the case that this is true. So what you should do instead is, well, don't give up, first of all. Keep making music. You love it more than anything. You know, it's important to you. And really, you've really actually asked life for something. That's, you know, as people who love to make music, we've truly asked life for something. And it's something very specific. We've asked to make music. And ask and you shall receive. Right? Now, people, they get caught up with that, I think. They don't really understand what exactly that means, because you can't just ask and do nothing. The way that things actually work is we have to receive by feeling what we are going to feel as if we have the things that we want. People have it backwards. They think you need to get after it. You gotta take action. Dude, it's actually so ironic. I got this shirt a month ago. And it says motion before emotion, but that's actually backwards. It's because the real secret is, well, why do you want to be successful with music? Because you want to feel passion, love, joy, freedom, confidence, empowerment, right? People think that these are things you go out and get. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna grind. I'm gonna take out all the competition, and I'm gonna get the resource. I'm gonna get the money, and I'm gonna get the streams on my music. And then all of a sudden, you're gonna feel that empowerment, that joy, that freedom, that love. But it's not how it works. That's the forceful way to live life. That's the forceful way. Power versus force are two different things. And so what if these things could come to you? What if the money you want to be making from your music could just come to you? Like, why not? Right? There's infinite abundance for everyone. There's infinite abundance for you. And you have a birthright to it. That's a fact. I do not see how that can't be true. You're a human being. You come from this infinite universe of infinite energy. You're a part of all of this. And so, of course, you have a right to that abundance. And so anything less than that, it's just your own mind messing with you. And you might say, oh, well, this happened to me or that happened to me in my life. Well, guess what? That only happened because someone else's mind was messing with them, and then that messed with you. So you see how this perpetuates. You see how people get stuck. It starts to make a lot of sense when you think about it this way. So this isn't right. I like the shirt though. I might have to switch it, because what you actually want to do is not just jump into action. No, you actually want to feel first. You want to feel really good first. You want to feel the freedom of making money from music. The freedom of the joy and the passion of having people hear your music. And you want to just bask in that. You want to just feel that. Do it with me. You just want to feel it. And even just, you can say it out loud with me. Just say these words and see how you feel. Just try this. Love, joy, freedom, empowerment, appreciation, gratitude, enthusiasm. And then you learn that you can actually live in this. You can actually remain in this. You can stay in this. And so again, there's two pieces here. Know what you want first, okay? So do you want to make, how much money do you want to make from music? How would you like to make money from music? Do you want to play shows? Do you want to release a lot of music? Do you want to collaborate with big artists? What do you want to do? Get clarity on that first. And know why you want those things too. Then what you're going to do is you're going to figure out from the why, what emotions you're really trying to feel. Most likely it's freedom, it's joy, it's passion. You want the freedom to make music and get paid for it. That's your birthright. You want the joy of sharing music with the world. That's also your birthright. I'm telling you, if you've asked for this, it's your birthright. It really is. It really is. And then this is just something you can start to practice every day. And if you live in this, it like actually has to happen. It's science. Like things attract like things, and thoughts are things. Thoughts and emotions are things, and they have energy. There's I don't even want to say good and bad, but there's really like there's high and there's low energy, right? We all know this is true. We feel positive emotions, we feel negative emotions. One's high, one's low. Well, for some reason, like things attract like things. So what happens is if you stay in this high being, if you stay in these high states of mind where you are thinking about, oh yeah, I'm making money for music, I'm fulfilled, I'm getting paid to do what I love, and you start to feel that, well, it actually comes to you. And it's the complete opposite of everything you've ever learned, right? It's like, oh no, you gotta hustle. Now don't get me wrong, making content is important, but it's like, oh, you gotta make content. You gotta market yourself. You gotta put yourself out into the landscape. It's so saturated. You gotta beat the competition. But then you look at things from this perspective, it's just a completely different way of looking at things, where actually competition doesn't even exist because there's no limit. And so then you can relax a little bit. You can relax a little bit and just do your thing. You can just make music the way you want. You can make what you want. You can market it the way you want. Now, I'm not saying you don't have to work. You might be thinking that. I'm not saying you don't have to try. What I am saying is motion before emotion. That's what a lot of people might think you should do. But what actually happens, like the way it actually works, is that the proper motion, the proper actions are gonna come to you. Trust me, if you practice this, I'd love to hear from you too in the comments. But yeah, let me know what you think. But really, if you do this and you live in these positive emotions, you're gonna get intuition. Things are gonna come to you, and the things are gonna be actions. Like, oh, I should do this. Okay, I should do this. And it's gonna come from you feeling good and looking at things on the bright side. As cliche as that sounds, it's actually the most powerful tool that you have. It's more powerful than anything around you. It's more powerful than, I think it's more powerful than, I was gonna say being around other people. I think being around other people who are really positive is also just as powerful. But yeah, you can really attract whatever you want. Seriously,